Stop being so annoying.
Dad, tell us stop being such an idiot.
Dad, she won't shut up.
Make me really mature.
Girls, both of you, stop now. No pizza tonight.
What?
I don't know. I'll cook.
No, we're fine.
Right, help me sort this stuff out. Half of it isn't even ours, and I need the loft space.
Diggs, the policeman from the town, was coming down the path on his bike, pedaling hard. He didn't see me because I was too well hidden. When he disappeared behind the dunes, I sat for a while as the wind played with my hair. I took my catapult from my belt and sent the big ball bearing arcing over the river and to the mainland. This must be a diary from the person who lived it before us. Oh, I want to read it! Dad!
Let us see.
I found it first. Thank you. You didn't even read it from the beginning, though, right? Dad, what's a sacrifice pole?
What's that? Let me see. I've been making the rounds of the sacrifice part the day we heard my brother escaped. I already knew something was going to happen. Diggs was here. I suppose you know. I suppose I better tell you. It's Eric. Eric's escaped from hospital. That's what Diggs came to tell us. Take those things off the table, I've told you before. I just thought I'd tell you, just in case you hear it from anybody else in town. Get out the plate. See, you've washed your hands again.
My father lives. Hasn't lived since I can remember. He usually takes a stick with him when he leaves the house. That stick is a symbol of the factory security. My father's leg, rock solid. It's given me sanctuary in the warm space of the big loft.
What were you up to today?
Oh, walking and things.
Building dams again?
No, not today.
I hope they're not killing any of God's creatures. Sometimes I think it's you that should be in hospital, not Eric. Look, I don't think he'll get this far. We'll pick him up in a day or two. I'm going to the study. Make sure you look up, alright?
Okay.
Come on.
Hello? Oh, Port Emil, 531. Frank, it's me. Hello there, hello. Is there an echo on this line, or are you saying everything twice? Both. Hello, Eric. Where are you? Here. Where are you? Here. If we're both here, then why are we bothering with the phone? Just tell me where you are before your money runs out. Stop being silly, Eric. I'm not being silly. I'm not telling you where I am. You're going to tell Angus, and he'll tell the police, and they'll take me back to that fucking hospital. Don't use four-letter words. You know I don't like them. Fucking isn't a four-letter word. It's a seven-letter word. Isn't that your lucky number? No. Look, you just tell me where you are. I want to know. I'll tell you where I am if you tell me what your lucky number is. My lucky number is E.
That isn't a number, that's a letter.
It is a number. It's a transcendental number. 2.71.
That's cheating, I meant an integer.
You should have been more specific. Do you want me to call you back?
You're not getting it out to me that easy. How are you anyway?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. I eat dogs.
Look, I'm assuming you're coming back here. If you are, please don't burn any dogs, alright?
Are you crazy? What are you talking about? I don't burn dogs. I don't burn fucking dogs. Who do you think I am, you bastard?
I just don't do it, okay? Just don't do any dogs. People can be really sensitive about that stuff.
Well, yeah. I'm coming back home soon. See how you both are? Suppose it's just you and the old man.
Yeah, just the two of us. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I'm nearly there.
Good. How far away are you?
Not telling you.
I told you my lucky number.
I lied. I'm still not going to tell you where I am.
That's not very fair.
Oh, hung up now.
You don't want to talk to Dad?
No, not yet. I'll talk to him later when I'm a lot closer. I'll be going then. Take care. See you.
You take care.
I'm fine. What's to worry about? What could happen to me?
Just don't do anything to annoy people. They get angry about pets, especially.
What? What was that about pets?
Nothing. I was just...
You still shit. You're accusing me of burning dogs again, aren't you? And I'm supposed to stick magnets and ones into kids' mouths and piss on them too, eh?
Well, now that you mention it, yeah.
Shit, you rotten bastard! I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
I'm too fat. It isn't my fault, but all the same, I don't look the way I'd like to look. Chubby, that's me. Strong and fit, but still too plump. I want to look dark and menacing. The way I ought to look. The way I might have looked if I hadn't had my accident. I don't know what I did to annoy our dog, old soul. It happened in the garden. My father rushed down, picked me up and carried me into the house. He used some towels to stop the bleeding. He almost fainted at the mess between my legs. An hour later, I'd recovered consciousness. My father had gone to find old soul and killed him. He claims he cut open the animal and found my tiny genitals in its stomach. But I never did get him to tell me what he did with them. His study's always locked. Maybe they're in there. But looking at me, you'd never guess I killed 3 people. 2 years after I killed my young cousin Blythe, I murdered my brother Paul. And then a year after that, I murdered my cousin Esmeralda. I haven't killed anyone for years, and I don't want to ever again, but the factory told me to. Blythe's death was the easiest. His fake arm made it easy to frame as an accident. He was 10 and I was 6.
that's alright. You can chop some wood if you ever make it. Was everything quiet yesterday?
Oh yes.
Nothing happened.
No, nothing special. Very quiet in fact.
Good. They're looking for him.
Eric.
Aye, Eric. I think he might be on the moors.
On the moors?
I think he might be.
What now? 531.
How the hell are you, me young bucko?
Hello there, Jamie. What are you doing calling me?
What? Oh, the old man's there, is he? Tell him he's a bag of effervescent crust for me.
Jamie sends his regards. Eric, where are you this time?
Oh shit, I'm not telling you. Guess.
Well, I don't know. Glasgow? Look, how are you? Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Yeah, have you got any money? How are you eating? Are you hitching lifts or what? You know they're looking for you.
Right, I'm fine. I eat dogs.
Oh God, you're not really, are you?
What else am I supposed to do? It's great, Frankie boy. I'm keeping many to the woods and to the fields, and when I get near a town, I make friends with a big juicy dog. I take it out to the woods and I kill it and I eat it. What could be simpler? I do love outdoor life.
You are cooking them, aren't you?
Of course I'm fucking cooking them. What do you think I am?
Eric, is that all you're eating?
No, I shoplift. I steal things, it's so easy. I steal things I can't eat just for the hell of it, like tampons and desk bananas and pie-sized packets of crisps and chocolate candles and various colours.
Pie-sized packets of crisps. Don't you like crisps?
Yeah?
Well, you mentioned them as something you can't eat.
Christ, Frankie, you eat a whole pie-sized packet of crisps?
Look, why are you stealing dogs if you can eat all of that stuff?
I already told you, idiot, you can't eat any of that crap.
Then why not steal the stuff you can eat and then don't steal the stuff you can't and don't bother with the dogs?
Are you crazy? These are dogs. It isn't I was killing cats or goldfish or field mice or anything. These are dogs, you rabid dingbat dogs!
Right! I was only asking you why you waste so much time stealing dogs and then waste more time stealing stuff you can't eat when you can steal and eat at the same time, as it were.
As it were? As it were? What are you gibbering on about?
Don't start shouting again!
I'll shout if I want to. What do you think I'm doing all this for, eh? What do you think I'm doing all this for, eh, Frankie boy? Where's your brains, Frankie? Cat with your tongue. I said, cat by your tongue! The Wasp Factory was here when I moved in. I could feel it. It was made from a tangle of metal, wood, glass and plastic surrounding a large clock face. It had a hole at the centre where the hands used to be. That's where the wasp was let in and where its fate was decided. Its power was strong. I had no control. The factory decides. The factory always decides. My brother Paul was next. I was 8 and he was 4.
Paul, you see this? This is, it's a bell, like the ones we hear in the town on a Sunday morning.
After breakfast, Frank?
What?
On a Sunday after breakfast?
Yes, that's right. Bells make that noise. They're great big hollow bits of metal filled up with noises, and they let the noises out on a Sunday after breakfast. That's what this is.
A breakfast?
No, a bell.
B is for bell!
That's right. Well, this old bell must have got washed up here in a flood or fallen off a ship. I know what we could do. I'll go up on the dunes over there and you can hit the bell really hard with your bit of wood and we'll see if I can hear that. Will you like it? Shall we do that? It will be very loud, and you might get frightened.
I won't get frightened.
No, not yet. Wait until I'm farther away. It's an old bell, and it might only have one good noise left in it. You don't want to waste it, do you?
Alright, but can I hit it really, really hard?
As hard as you possibly can. When I wave from the top of the dunes over there.
Can I practice?
Yeah. Practice by hitting the sand. Why don't you practice hitting the puddles as well?
Can I hit this puddle?
No, don't hit that one. It might make the bell get angry. You don't want to make the bell get angry, do you, Paul?
Do bells get angry?
Yes. I'm going now. You promise you won't hit the bell until I wave, will you?
Promise.
Good. Won't be long. Okay, Paul.
What the heck is this?
Right, that's enough.
Dad?
No, you're not reading this anymore.
Dad!
No, I don't want either of you having nightmares, especially you, Luce.
Oh, I won't have nightmares, I promise. Please.
No. Put it in the box where you found it.
Dad, it's probably fake anyway. Come on.
One. Two. Don't make me get to three.
You're so stupid. Lucy, shut up. I can't see anything. Watch on your phone then. Here's us, we're screwed.
I don't want to get into trouble then, please.
Stop being such a baby, it'll be fine. Where do you put it? Yes. You got away with it.
What?
What are you doing?
Read it out loud so I can hear them.
I was lucky again. Nobody saw anything and nobody believed that I'd done it. I was distracted by grief this time, torn by guilt, and Eric had to look after me. I couldn't tell Eric I'd done it because he wouldn't have understood. Although I'd always got on well with Paul, I knew from an early age that he was not long for this world. I can't keep thinking about him, it's in the past now, I'm not that person anymore. Saturday night at the Cold Arms, and there I sat in my usual spot, at the back of the packed, smoke-filled room, with a plastic pint glass in my hand. Jamie, trying to engage me in casual conversation.
How's it going then, Frankie lad? Haven't been up to much. Keep getting these weird phone calls from Eric though. That's about it really. What have you been up to? Not so much. How come Eric keeps calling you? Did you know? Oh. He's escaped. Escaped? Shush. If people don't know, there is no need to tell them. Yeah. He got out. Diggs came and told us the day it happened. Christ. So they're looking for him then? So Angus says. Hasn't there been anything on the news? I thought I've heard to it by now. No. Jeez, do you think they'll tell anybody in town if they catch him? Don't know. Well, at least you can't lose your mission for escaping from the loony bin. Right. I will get to the point then, Frankie. We didn't come down here to be miserable.
I myself bore her no ill will, but the factory demanded that I address this natural imbalance. I visited the Wasp Factory before I killed her. It was a spectacle covering several square metres and kept in the loft, thankfully away from my father. I would capture a wasp for it and place it within a hole in the centre. There, it would decide the fate for me. The weight of the wasp would tip any of the nylon delicate wires it came into contact with, and whichever the Wasp Factory chose, that is how I knew. I killed little Esmeralda because I felt I owed it to the factory and to the world in general. I had after all accounted for 2 male children, and the still womankind something of an injustice. My cousin was simply the easiest and most obvious target. I was 9, and she was 6.
Wasn't it? It was you putting on a funny voice.
I don't remember ringing Dad, honest.
You're a fool, boy. Look at you.
Alright, I did get a bit drunk last night, I'll admit it, but I can assure you I'm suffering for it now.
Good. Well, I hope that teaches you a lesson.
By the way, I hope you don't mind, but I told Jamie that Eric escaped.
You're an idiot.
What a nil, 531.
It's me, Eric.
Eric, did you call last night?
Me? No.
Oh, Dad said somebody did, I thought it might be you.
Why would I call?
I don't know, the same reason you're calling now? Whatever.
Well, aren't you going to ask me how I am?
Yes, yes. How are you?
Terrible. How are you?
Okay. Why are you terrible?
Oh, you don't really care.
Of course I care. What's wrong?
Nothing that would interest you. Why don't you ask me something else, like how the weather is or where I am or something, and I don't care about how I feel.
You're my brother. Naturally, I care.
Oh, every time I move up, it's always the same. Oh, where are you? You don't care about where my head's at, only my body.
Well, there you are.
You see what I mean? It's all you can say. Well, there you are. Not shows what you care.
Not at all. Quite the opposite. It's only Jamie again, Dad.
Why I wanted to call, I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, Jamie.
What? You see, you've forgotten my name now. Christ, what's the use of you? I hate it.
Well, no, listen, Jamie. I was just saying that to Dad here this morning. Listen, Jamie, I was just saying to Dad here this morning that maybe we should, perhaps we should get another shot of Willie's Mini on the car that he bombs up and down on the sand sometimes. You remember, Jamie?
What? What are you talking about?
You remember, Jamie, getting a shot of Willie's Mini. I really must get Dad here to get me a car I can bomb up and down on the sands. It was really good fun, wasn't it, Jamie?
You're talking about religion from anybody understands. You've forgotten who I am again.
Yes, that's right, Jamie. That brother of mine is still making his way here. Me and Dad here are hoping he's all right.
Look, don't spend too long on that phone, alright?
Right, Dad. Hello, Eric, what's happening? Hello.
That was your fault.
Hello, what?
The dog got away, bit me. Okay, again though.
I'm sorry.
Don't try and tell me you're sorry, but you're glad, aren't you?
Glad what?
Glad the goddamn dog got away, asshole.
Well, there you go.
You did it on purpose. You did it on purpose. You're glad it got away. You never played with anything. Oh, you're probably glad that the dog got away. You bastard. You got a shit. I hate you.
Ah, thanks for calling. Bye.
Bastard. If he's that crazy, I don't know why they haven't caught him yet.
I told you, he's crazy, but he's very smart. He was always bright early on. Always the one getting all his older relatives to go, oh, they're so old, so young these days, and all of that crap before I was even born.
But he's insane all the same.
That's what they say, but I don't know.
What about the dogs and the maggots and things?
Okay, that looks pretty crazy, I'll admit, but I don't know. Sometimes I think he's up to something. You know, he's not really crazy after all. Perhaps he just got fed up with acting normal, so he decided to act crazy instead, and he got locked up because of it.
And he's mad at them.
Yeah, if you like. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he is crazy. Maybe we all are. Or at least all of my family anyway.
Now you're talking.
It does occur to me sometimes. My dad's an eccentric. I suppose I am too. There are a lot of mad people about the place.
Yeah. And a lot of them seem to be politicians and presidents and things.
What?
A lot of the MAGA people. A lot of them seem to be leaders of countries or religions or armies. The real unis.
Yeah. Or maybe they're the only sane ones. I mean, they're the ones with all the power and the riches. They're the ones who can always get people to do stuff for them, like die for them and work for them and protect them and get them into power. So maybe they're the only sane ones, because they don't do things the way Joe Punter thinks things ought to be done. If they thought like Joe Punter, they'd be Joe Punter.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
Survival of the nastiest.
if you like. If the nastiest survive, then that's our tough shit.
Us being all Joe Punters, like.
Yeah. Or everybody. I mean, if we're really so bad and so thick that we'd actually use all those wonderful neutron bombs and H bombs on each other, then maybe it's best we do wipe ourselves out before we get into space and start doing things to other races.
You mean we'll be the space invaders?
Yeah, that's it. That's really us.
Choice.
We'll be off then.
Right.
So you behave yourself. I'll be back late tonight. Won't need to lock up. So you behave yourself.
Hello? How's it going, Frankie lad?
Ah, Jamie. Okay, how are you?
I'm alright. I dropped a plaque on my foot this morning and it's all swollen.
Nothing serious, though.
Nah, I get a week off work if most. I'm up to the doctors to pick up a sick line. I just thought I'd let you know I'd be home during the day. You can bring me some grapes if you like.
Okay. I might come round tomorrow. I'll call you first and let you know.
Alright. Have you heard anything from you know who?
No, I thought that might have been him when you called.
I thought you might have thought that. Don't worry about it, it'll be okay.
Yeah, I know. I want to see him again, but I don't want him to start doing all those daft things again. I mean, I know he'll have to go back to the hospital even if he doesn't, but I just want to see him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But don't worry about it, I've got a feeling it'll be alright. Don't worry about it.
Hopefully.
I'm going to buy a few pints of anaesthetic down the arms. Fancy coming along?
No, I'm pretty tired. I might call you tomorrow though.
Alright then, Frank. I'll speak to you later.
Alright. Bye, Jamie. What did you forget?
Forget? I don't forget anything. I remember everything. Everything!
Eric, sorry, I thought you were somebody else.
It's me. I'm not somebody else. I'm me. Me!
I thought you were Jamie.
That dwarf. You bastard!
Hey, it's nice about you, sure.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, not too bad really. There.
What, here?
No, there. Can't be a bad one.
What distance? Huh? I don't know.
I'm nearly there, not nearly here. I'm already here. How else could I be calling you from here?
But what's here?
You mean you forgot where you are and you accuse me of forgetting things?
Look, you bloody madman. I'm getting really fed up of you ringing me up here and being deliberately awkward. You know damn well what I mean when I say where here is. I know where I am and you know where I am, so just stop trying to mess me around, alright?
Fine, sure, Frank. You say so.
Just, where are you, Eric?
I can't tell you where I am. Someone might over here. You can understand that, can't you?
Alright, but you're not in a call box, are you?
Of course I'm not in a cool box. I'm in somebody's house. Well, holiday cottage actually.
What? Who? Whose?
I don't know. I could find out if you're really that interested. Are you really that interested?
No. Yes, I mean, no. Yeah, no.
Frank, I don't know whose it is. It's just somebody's little holiday getaway or whatever, right? I'm sitting here and I can see way down the road, no problem. They've got everything. They've got a bed and a phone and food and a freezer. Right, you can fit an Alsatian in there. And
An Alsatian?
Yeah, if I had one. I don't, but if I did, you could definitely fit one in there, no problem.
Don't want to know.
Okay, well, I'm just ringing to tell you that I'm okay and see where you are.
I'm fine. Are you sure you're alright too?
I'm fine, never doubt better. I think it's my diet. To be honest, Frankie boy, actually this is getting quite boring, so I might see you again, but either way, see you soon. Ta-ta!
It always annoyed me that Eric went crazy. Although it wasn't an on-off thing, sane 1 minute, mad the next. I don't think there is much doubt that the incident with the smiling child triggered something in Eric that led almost inevitably to his fall. Eric was working at the hospital on his days off from university. The child he was attending when it happened was more or less a vegetable. His head had to be supported by a brace and it wore a metal plate over its skull. Eric was feeding it at the time. He had noticed the child was a little quieter than usual, just sitting there in its chair, staring straight ahead, with an almost peaceful expression in its usually vacant face. He spoke gently to the child and tried to coax a reaction by holding the food to it, something which normally would have gotten to it at least swivel its eyes and shifted its head towards his voice. Then he saw something, a tiny little movement barely visible on its shaved head. He lifted the metal stool cap from the head of the infant to see if anything was wrong. It was only after the nurse had found Eric, huddled and screaming his lungs out in the corner of the room, that they realised flies had gotten into the ward. They'd gotten underneath the stainless steel of the child's skull cap and deposited their eggs there. What Eric saw was a slowly writhing nest of fat maggots swimming in their combined digestive juices as they consumed the brain of the child. Whatever it was that disintegrated in Eric then, it was a weakness, a fundamental flaw that real man should not have had. Women are weak. And I suspect that Eric was a victim of a self with just a little too much woman in it.
was still alive, but most of its black coat was gone. Its skin was livid and seeping. Isn't it hot?
It's summer.
Oh yeah. I've forgotten.
Don't suppose you recall the capacity of our spins, do you?
Quarter gill? How were things in the town earlier?
Well, Mackie's dog's gone missing, or so he was told.
Huh. Good job Eric's not around, or he'd be getting the blame of it.
I couldn't get you beef burgers today, so I got you mince instead.
There was a fire down by the old house yesterday. I saw it and I put it out.
Don't boast, boy.
Well, I did.
I think I'll do the washing up. It's for you.
Hello?
Hello, is it Frank?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Frankie Boy, here I am in your thorax of the woods and still eating the old hot dog. Oh, so how are you, stars? Going okay for you, are they? What sign are you again? I forget.
Canis.
Woof. Really?
Yeah, what sign are you?
Cancer?
Benign or malignant?
Malignant. I've got crabs at the moment.
Listen, Eric,
What you doing? How's it thinking? How's it going? Watch you, mate. Like, where's your head at? Frank, do you know why Volvo's whistle? Well, even do why, but who cares? Actually, I don't like these German cars. Their headlights are far too close together. How you well, Frank?
Eric, can you please...
To sleep, to Jeep, a chance to masturbate. Well, there's the rub. Ho ho.
Eric, will you shut up?
What?
You heard. You're too close. No more dogs, alright? And don't even think about doing those worms or maggots thing again, okay? You're too close, okay? Just, you can come and see us if you want. That would be nice, but just no dogs. No maggots, okay? I'm serious, Eric. You better believe it.
Believe what? What are you talking about?
You heard.
Who was that?
Just Jamie putting on a funny voice. I'm going out. I'll be back later.
I ran once round the island at a brisk jog. I stopped to sit down on top of a tall dune so I could use my binoculars to sweep the sweltering land. In the distance, the sheep were still, lying on the grass. I was scanning the view to the south when I saw my father. I went over to him, then jerked back. He was heading for the town. I saw him climb the side of the dune I like to pile my bike down. He seemed to be stumbling, unsteadily, as though he was drunk.
I ran down the dune, leapt the stream and went back to the house. I could smell whiskey when I went through the back door.
Could have guessed what happened. Dad answered the phone. It's Eric. He's shocked. Gets drunk. He's probably heading into the town to get more drunk.
Hello?
Frank! Frank, is that you?
Yeah, Dad, it's me. What? Come on.
It's Eric, son. You've caught Eric. Frank? Frank, are you still there? Frank! Frank, can you hear me?
Dad, I heard you. They've caught Eric. I'll come meet you. At the police station?
No. I'm at the library. I'm at the library, so meet me there.
The library? Why there?
Right, you might want to hurry up. Oh.
I ran down the path to meet Dad. It was there that I saw it.
An ear, covered in short white and black fur and still bleeding, was nailed to the wood.
I got back to the house and raced up, lathered in sweat to the loft. Opened the skylight. He was there and so was Eric.
Frank! 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 Fuck.
You bastard!
Frank!
What the hell are these? Tell me!
Frank, no!
You're gonna tell me? Oh my god!
No, Frank, no! Frank, it was just
Get
an
off!
experiment!
Get off! What the fuck is that?
It's my cock! What's that?
Eric.
The awful noises and the light on the far side of the dune seemed to be coming closer. The noise was like that the burning dog made, only repeated and repeated. And with another edge to it, the light grew stronger and something came running over the top of the big dune. Something burning and screaming, and the hillside was covered with burning sheep. And then I saw Eric.
Eric! I ran up the house, burning sheep all around me. Eric was by the cellar door with an axe. Eric! No! I ran towards him, and then I stopped, remembering Dad was in the house. Dad! Get out of the house! Dad! It was too late. Eric swung at me with the axe, but I dodged it just in time. Dad! Please! Get out of the house! Eric! No! It was too late. He threw the torch into the cellar, but I stomped out just in time. And then it was too late to grab Eric. Eric!
What happened?
That was Eric at the door. I sorted it. I need you to tell me a few things.
Take a seat.
So he told me. What I thought were my testicles in the specimen jar were actually a ball of paper wax. Tell me. So now I sit here on this summer breezy morning. It was only after that I realised, after going through anger to stunned acceptance, I went out and looked at Eric. Hello. Dad lied to us. To me. I'm a girl, Eric.
I want to laugh or cry or both. As I sit here now, thinking about my 3 deaths, 4 now and away. Now my father's truth has murdered what I was. But I am still me, I am the same person. The person drove to kill by the factory. The factory made me do it. Each of us in our own personal factory may believe we have stumbled down the corridor and that our fate is sealed, good or bad, but anything can change that. Our destination is the same in the end, but our journey, chosen by the factory, is different for us all. And we have no say in what the factory wants. It's the master over everyone, and once its mysterious power draws you in, there is no escape. The factory will make you do it.
I'd like to call the cast back on the stage, please, and the audience just to, if you'd like to join us, we're just going to have about 10 minutes of questions about the process. And we might be able to sneakily give them another applause now that they are a number.
Return to your character faces.
Yeah.
But without the room. That was great, very disturbing, but very good. Ruth. How many people here have read the Wasp Factory? Does anybody know it? No, nobody. Oh, you do? Okay, yeah, we were saying the same thing. Good, okay, so do you want to tell us who chose the Wasp Factory?
We did like a reading session. We picked like a few books to read over Christmas.
We each put forward a couple of books and we sort of we took a vote on it, like which ones we thought the premise was best.
I really like the twist ending.
Yeah.
That Frank's actually a girl, and we liked the idea of playing with that. As well, we just thought it was the most scope out of the group that we chose.
And they had the most distinctive characters that we could really think of and things like that. So
it suited our cast as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, and tell me a bit about your process.
It's
been really good, I think.
Yeah, the way that we worked was quite good.
We took all of the direct speech from the book
and we put it for scripts. We had like a rough script, and then added
like-
our own.
We all had chapters each, like we had 3 chapters, there's 12 in a book, so we took 3 each and then did all the speech, then put the stage directions and then kind of put everything
Added
together
all,
and
yeah,
cut
and-
things and made it all work and like,
We
So we
decided
kind
to
of
add
watched
in characters like Emily and Lucy, didn't we? Just to help the narration of the whole.
Because we did really like Frank's voice throughout, like, because it is mainly his voice throughout the book, so, and we thought it was so distinctive and so lovely, we just wanted segments of that in it, and so.
It was quite good because the book was written in first person, so translating it into a journal was quite easy actually, and it made our process a lot easier because of the short amount of time we had to put together. We needed to find like things to help us, and also like with line learning, sleeping all helps because obviously it was this one was actually really good for helping us with like, especially with like the set, and we thought of the unicorn and I believe in unicorns and how she uses books, and so we thought we'll use the loft and boxes to bring out things, so just getting
we liked
cardboard
all the hints
and
as
making
well,
it
because this loft, it's like Frank's house, it's all, but
We
it
did
then
originally-
can't be anywhere, like we've got the dune and then the pub and then the kitchen and all, like for
It's
example,
very
we
easy to
talked
change
about
without being
boxes,
like
the
that.
town in the background and stuff like that, so we liked all the different stuff, and you can pull stuff out of boxes, like the phone and everything, so we liked all that as well.
Yeah, like, and we did originally have sort of hints of Frank being a member of the family that's reading the journal, but we then decided, that didn't work so well, and we just wanted them to be separate and finding it, and we wanted the factory to have more of a
We
role.
wanted to have that link with them in the factory, like when they go off stage, obviously the factory starts working kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's where we wanted to put the link in with the two girls.
Yeah.
Will the cycle start again or not?
Because the story is so complicated anyway, we thought by adding Frank into a different part of his life, it would just make it even more complicated, so.
I think it was the right decision. I know you were talking for quite a long time about that, what function that framing kind of narrative has, and whether it should have its own story, and how much more we should know about the sisters. And
Yeah.
because we played with the ending quite a lot, and we also played with what Wasp Factory meant, because in the book it's called the Wasp Factory, but there's like one chapter, and in that chapter 1 page about that factory. So trying to make our play seem like give it a reason why we've called it the Wasp Factory still. We've made the Wasp Factory more of a thing with a presence rather than just something that Frank uses. So yeah, we had different endings, but we stuck with this one in the end.
is that the biggest? Do you think that's the biggest change that you've made to the book? So because you're
Yeah, we stayed pretty
Yeah.
faithful to it, other than like
Other than adding
giving
in
the
the
Wasp
narration.
Factory a different. Oh, and
Other
obviously
than
adding the
And I was
family.
going to say probably the journal as well. That's one of the biggest ones because we could have made it. I feel like the only other thing that we could have done if we didn't have the journal was just have Frank writing in his
Yeah.
journal, which monologues are not. It wouldn't have been as
Snappy.
as theatrical really, would it? So
I think we stayed quite faithful to it,
Yeah.
like all of the speech that happens apart from Emily and Lucy's is all from the book. Everything is from the book, so I
We
think
also
it-
like with the book as well. We want to have him writing it. We've also got all those lengthy phone calls with Eric. So to give our piece as much pace as possible and have things moving all the time, we limited those sit-down talking moments to just the phone calls because they were the bits of speech that we really felt needed to be listened to and understood and to get the rest of the story.
yeah, they had a good dynamic those people. Any other questions?
Choice of puppets. Why those puppets and was it a snake?
Yes.
It disappeared at one point, but
yeah.
Well, it was, we thought we'd choose the puppets because we wanted to show the children's deaths but without like keeping you distant from it. So if you're using puppets, you know that they're not real, even though you're showing a real event. You know,
And
Like-
it conveyed that it was, because we had 3 time frames going on. We had Emily and Lucy, the two, and the dad, and then you had Frank and Eric, and then you had Frank's murders. So we sort of said, right, well, we'll put the past in front of the curtains with the puppets, just to sort of make that a bit more obvious. So
Sort of like a
also-
dream sequence
Yeah,
Yeah.
style.
possibilities as well, like for example, Blythe with his fake arm, we can completely detach that and then put Snake in it, hook it back on, Esmeralda can float up and all that stuff, so it's just another way of like showing the depths in quite like an artistic way.
I would just like being creative.
Okay,